What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Disney Fox acquisition. Also talking about what is going on with Deadpool in the future when Deadpool is owned by Marvel. Will it be R-rated? Will it be PG-13? Watch this video to find out. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, or pop culture based videos. We are doing a competition this month to win tickets for the Captain Marvel movie. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram at Warstu. I post similar content on there that I do on here, and all you got to do is let me know that you have actually followed me by either sending me a DM or commenting on one of my latest videos. So the Disney Fox merger could even be finished this month. The final days of the merger are expected by analysts to potentially be complete by the end of this month. The Disney Fox merger has been one of the most talked about business deals of the last century. Well, I don't know, last century, last year, I guess you say. I'm not an analyst or anything. But the $71.3 billion deal will have a major impact on how Hollywood operates in the future, but it's going to more immediately impact on employees of 21st Century Fox. In 2018, Fox employed 22,000 workers across the globe. The general emotion at Fox is tense over the pending D-Day when Disney officially buys out the studio and its related asset. 4,000 jobs are expected to be retained mute by a merger, although in some Hollywood outlets and publications they are believed to grow to 10,000, which is pretty cool. So this week's story is pretty legit. It's coming from the head of Disney himself. So the thumbnail artist for this thumbnail is Rahala Art. I believe that's how you say it. I will leave everything down below, but it's such a cool artwork. Basically what he did is he put Ryan Reynolds in the supposed Quantum Realm suit, but it's getting Ryan Reynolds has liked it. The creator of Deadpool has also liked it and shared it, so it's pretty cool. It's gone viral absolutely everywhere. So, as you may have heard, Walt Disney Company is in the process of buying 21st Century Fox. Since Fox is the rights holder for the X-Men characters including Deadpool, many have wondered whether Deadpool will stay R-rated or will he go PG-13, hence the Once Upon a Deadpool, which kind of was the reason. So, during a conference call with investors on Tuesday, Disney CEO and Chairman Bob Iger promised that the Mouse House wouldn't mess with the magic Deadpool formula. We will continue in that business, Iger said. Nothing the popularity of the R-rated flicks. He did add, however, that these movies will be carefully marked so we're not in any way confusing the consumer. So no Deadpool on ice and no Princess Deadpool, which is like a running joke between people online and memes and stuff. So basically what happened is Deadpool will remain untouched. The movies will be marketed very carefully not to consume or confuse parents about whether their children can actually watch it. But in order to keep this character untouched, it isn't easy, or it isn't really that hard, because obviously to have Deadpool in his own movies, that's obviously easy because it'd be R-rated. But that comes at a cost. If you have Deadpool, the persona of Deadpool from Deadpool 1 and 2, and you chuck him straight in, say, Avengers 5, then yeah, you could keep the hilarious side of him, the funny side of him, but you would have to censor down his edgy, his language, his expletive swearing, so you would have to change him. So I understand what Bob Iger is saying. Bob Iger is referring to the kind of spin-off, the kind of the X-Force or Deadpool 3. But guys, seriously, if you are going to put Deadpool in Avengers, then you're going to have to take the swearing out, which would be changing his character. But I believe after watching Once Upon a Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds could actually pull this off properly. But could we actually see Ryan Reynolds Deadpool in Avengers EndGame? Well, realistically, the answer is yes. Why? Because reshoots were happening as little as 2 weeks ago. The merger will be complete by the end of the month. Are these reshoots or are they new scenes? Really, if they are going to bring Deadpool to the MCU, he is 100% going to be a part of EndGame in some shape or form, even if it's an Easter egg or it's a little reference, because it's interesting. They're not going to touch Deadpool, but what's going to happen to every other franchise? Is every other franchise going to reboot? They're not rebooting Deadpool, but they're going to reboot everything. It's a very interesting subject. And as we know, we still have Dark Phoenix coming out. Some people seem to think it's not coming out, even though in this well, in the TCA kind of, I guess you could say, meeting the other day, it was confirmed that Dark Phoenix is coming out and New Mutants will also be coming out, but it's unclear if New Mutants will be coming out on cinema release or if it's going to go straight to Hulu. So guys, let me know in the comments down below, why wouldn't they put Deadpool in Avengers 4 if they could? Because realistically, there's so much potential reasoning of why they could. And we're going to go into a little bit of detail right now of why Deadpool could appear in Avengers 4. So let's get into this little concept. So the simplest way to add Deadpool into the MCU as early as Avengers Endgame would be to go by the common perception of this movie being a time-traveling movie, and you basically have one of the Avengers or a bunch of them like Tony Stark, Captain America, go traveling for the other stones, and they somehow get trapped in a different kind of universe, different kind of multiverse. Then we could have Deadpool appear in any kind of new dimension or new reality, and it's a different version of Deadpool who doesn't swear, who is kind of PG-13, and that would be one of the simplest ways to have him appear. Because if you have seen Deadpool 2, you know Cable's got the time-traveling device on his wrist that does look identical to what the Avengers have in the behind-the-scenes images. You know the pictures going around with the Photoshop from AJ Designs. About a year ago, there was Deadpool photoshopped in an actual image, which will most likely be in the thumbnail. That could be true, and that is a way how they could use it, but they're not going to retcon the character of Deadpool. So does that mean that everything that happened during Deadpool 1 and 2 will still coexist inside the MCU, and that the fact that the Deadpool kind of series inside the MCU will be standalone, and they will just bring Deadpool in to the Avengers? Because the Avengers would be pretty funny, and it would be fun to have Deadpool appear in Avengers Endgame. It would be pretty cool. The fans really want it. Every time I speak about Deadpool on this channel, people are like, Deadpool's not going to appear in Avengers Endgame. But he could. But he really could. It's the kind of perception, you know, all the viral kind of Instagram posts, Twitter, etc. when like Google put Hugh Jackman Wolverine being in Avengers Endgame, and the internet went absolutely insane. Now we now know that's fake news because obviously the Xmen news that came out that they will be recasting a new Wolverine. But what would be cool would be if we could have a case in Avengers Endgame where Ryan Reynolds and obviously Hugh Jackman have a cameo role in this movie where they're both trolling about the fact they are Deadpool and they are Wolverine, but they don't actually play either character. So I still think it's pretty possible that Deadpool could appear and Wolverine could appear in Avengers 4, because after all, guys, this is a fantasy comic book based movie. But realistically, guys, I don't really think we're going to see Wolverine until Phase 5 potentially. The same with Deadpool, although Deadpool is a bit more popular, a bit more current. They're not recasting Deadpool, so it would be possible the fans want it. It could just be a little end tag, you know, teasing that Deadpool's now part of the MCU. Post-credit scene, although there is a rumor going around that there is no post-credit scene, but I honestly can't see that because the next movie we've got is Spider-Man Far From Home, and then there's not a movie for a bunch of time, so they're going to have to tease, they're going to have to keep the Marvel Cinematic Universe fans on edge. What is coming next? What a better way than throw a random Deadpool cameo, or maybe this is new Wolverine, because I'm hearing stories that potentially the next Wolverine has already been cast, or it's getting very close. So the kind of, I guess you can call them the quantum bands. I just dropped a video about obviously the new Avengers 4 image that came out. So if the quantum band is actually what we think it could be, then obviously Deadpool may have the time traveling device still from Deadpool 2, and that could be a way where somehow he could end up in the quantum realm, maybe stuck in a subatomic city, something like that. It would be pretty interesting. But what is interesting about this kind of merger is what happens to Josh Brolin, because obviously Josh Brolin is Cable and he also is Thanos. Could these two ever meet each other? Because I presume if they are doing X-Force, that Cable is sticking around, he's sticking around in the same universe, the same kind of place as Deadpool. That's where Deadpool 2 ends. So it would be pretty funny to have Cable take out Thanos. So it's going to be a fantastic kind of interesting couple of months to a year to find out what's going to happen to Deadpool and the other kind of characters in that universe. Are they all going to merge over to the MCU? It would be very interesting. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below, how would you have Deadpool debut in Avengers Endgame? Yes, of course, it's very slim. There's like a 1% chance of it actually happening. But realistically, guys, it could really happen. There's been secret cameo roles, like Brad Pitt obviously coming in really late to play the Vanisher on Deadpool 2. So it could happen. They're still doing reshoots. Well, not now, but they were a few weeks back. So guys, it is possible. And if they do own Fox at the time, at the end of this month, like reports from analysts are actually saying, then Deadpool could actually appear in Avengers Endgame. And it wouldn't really be too much of a stretch to add him somewhere post-credit scene. Kind of flash forward scene, like a Blink when they're traveling to the quantum realm. They could add him anywhere and it would be pretty cool. And Bob Iger does seem pretty cool too. He seems pretty happy and interested to add him somewhere inside the MCU. He's very keen to use the character because he is really popular. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment if you do want to enter the IMAX ticket giveaway for Captain Marvel. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram and let me know you've followed me. Also, we will be starting a new competition sometime tomorrow. Not sure what the prize is, but it's going to be a pretty cool one, I think. Any suggestions what you want me to give away? And no, I'm not doing a PS4 giveaway. That is just no PS4. But we could give away something pretty cool, maybe like the Infinity Gauntlet or something like that. Not sure yet. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Turn the notifications on. Share this with your whole family. That would be awesome. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.